You're watching iRacing on the Ghost Fire Media Network.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Nashville Superspeedway. A beautiful, almost 1.5 mile racetrack with 4 turns of different degrees of banking. It's going to be a fun night. It's Randy Pepper alongside Adam Wood. What is happening, Adam?
Oh, man, it's going to be a great night here in Nashville. These guys are going to put on a heck of a show, and I'm ready to see them put it down in action. This is my first time really getting a good view of what Nashville Superspeedway's got to offer. As of right now, we're looking at Brandon Bernhardt going out there to throw it out on his qualifying lap here. Let's see where he lands. Right now, there's only 5 people that's put down a lap.
And Brandon was fastest in practice. I saw him doing a tire run earlier, trying to make sure that he knows exactly when he's going to pit and how those tires are going to fall off.
Yeah, he's out there running pretty good right now. He's about halfway through his first lap here. Josh Laston right now has the pole. Timothy St. Jean's in second. So let's see where Brandon comes in at.
First lap is fast enough at 30.31 or 300. Excuse me.
Brandon Bernhardt.
That's actually faster than his practice speed.
Maybe it looks like the sunset is going down in the evening here. We're fading off from the afternoon to the evening, so maybe the track temps between practice and qualify went down a little bit. So right now,
second lap is slower.
So let's get out there and we'll look at Christopher Oliver. Christopher Oliver's on his first lap right now, coming out of turn 2.
Chris did not feel confident tonight. Talked to him before the race. He said he would not be one of the guys tonight. He said it was either going to be Carl, Brandon, or Josh.
You can never discount the pasta man. So.
Well, no, Blake Z, yeah, definitely, because we've been waiting for something to happen with him for sure. Yeah, Chris Oliver came across the line at 38.18.
He's sitting in 9th place right now out of the 13 that's qualified. Christopher Oliver, he is part of the closed circuit racing team. Tammy Joyner, he normally comes out and looks for Mama's man boy right here. Ooh, he sends it there on the coming out of turn 4. His rear end got a little bit loose and wide. Was able to keep it under control, comes back in. He does not advance. His first lap was his fastest lap.
We're seeing a lot of that. The first lap is the fastest lap of the night. So a lot of guys have tried to make that second lap be faster, but yeah, it's always the first lap. So
Mike Wazinski's out there. He's laid down a 31.24 for his first lap, good enough for 14th place.
Blake Z came 4th place, a 30.468.
See if Mike Wazinski can up his lap and get a little bit ahead in the field or not. And coming across the line, he does not. He's going to be a solid 14th place tonight.
Driving the Oakley car tonight. I was actually sponsored by Oakley back in the 1980s when I ran RC cars. I was one of the few guys that actually had a sponsorship through Oakley.
Let's see. So we got the Nashville Superspeedway tonight. The ambient temperature is 69 degrees, but the track temperature is 96 degrees outside. So sun is still beating down on the track. Let's pull up the grid here.
Yeah, we'll look at these drivers as Brandon Bernhardt took the pole tonight. Josh Lassen on his outside in the number 18. Row 2 is going to be Timothy St. Jean and Blake Ziti at his outside in the 50. Row 3 is going to be Stephen Domney and Carl Henderson in the 31. Row 4, Kevin Haas in the 3 and Derek Schilling in the number 87. Row 5, excuse me. Actually, it was Derek Schilling is 8th, and then row 5 it will be Chris Oliver and Mark Schilling in the 21.
11th, we got Joshua Mage. 12th will be Dave Wright. 13th would be John Gordon. 14th would be Mike Wazinski. 15th would be Tom Stevens, and that is all the competitors. Joe Densmore and Ed Springer are the in-race admins for tonight.
And Joe, in practice, actually went out there and showed them how to get around the track fastest.
Yes, he did.
He was the fastest one out there by quite a bit. It was kind of surprising he was as fast as he was. Right now, Joe Dinsmore is giving the drivers a little bit of a heads up what's going to happen tonight and how you're going to mind your P's and Q's. I'm not really sure why they say that, because do you know what P's and Q's actually stand for?
It's one of the wonderful many analogies that I have no clue, but I use it all the time.
It's pints and quarts.
Yeah, I never, I don't know how that makes sense to anything, but okay.
Yeah, you're minding your point, I can't say it now. Pints and quarts. Why am I minding my pints and quarts? I have no idea. Am I going drinking sometime soon?
And the drivers decide to go up onto the grass.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, mowing the grass. Welcome to the Nashville Superspeedway mowing the grass contest. Who will mow the grass better tonight? I'll tell you what, we're going to see a lot of guys get loose. If this setup is anything like it was in practice, we're going to see some guys get loose off of probably turn 4 and off of turn 2. The car will slide a little bit sideways as you get back on the gas a little sooner than you need to. So we'll see what happens here. And this will be a fun race tonight. I'm looking forward to it.
Yep, pace car is off.
Here they go. Good.
Green flag is out. Brandon Bernhardt gets a great jump over Josh Laston. Timothy St. Jean tries to stuff it in there. Going into turn 1 underneath Josh Laston, kind of trapping him on the outside. Stephen Domney's going to try to follow through. Trying to keep Josh Laston on the outside and pick up another position coming out of turn 2.
As they go down the back straightaway, Brandon Bernhardt leads by 1, 2, 3, 4 car lengths over St. Jean. Then it's another one back to the number 18, Josh Lassen. Lassen running that middle groove. Now he's going to dive down the inside, looking for something down there, trying to catch up to St. Jean. And then if he's not careful, he's going to have a trunk full of that number 26 is Stephen Domney, as Domney's right behind Lassen. But now Lassen gets a great run into the turn. And off of turn 2, they go down the back straightaway with Brandon Bernhardt still leading.
Yeah, Brandon Bernhardt's out there being comfortable, but Timothy St. Jean is looking to settle in behind him, try to find a different group that he wanted to try to make up the difference. He went through the bottom of 3 and 4 right there, trying to make something happen, run where Brandon Bernhardt isn't running, why the tires are still fresh and green.
Yeah, he's driving that car down to the bottom. He's got the Guitar Addict Chevrolet down to the bottom of the track, trying to get around that number 70. But it's not going to work that time, as he's going to possibly lose that position to Josh Lassen. Lassen's got a great run on that outside. But here comes St. Jean once again, looking to the inside. He's got a quarter panel up on the inside of that 70 car, but the 70 slides up and slams the door shut, as St. Jean now has to watch out for the 18 once again.
Yeah, whenever you get yourself on a line like
Caution.
that. Ooh, caution is on. Let's see, that is Mark Schilling.
Old man Schilling brings out the first caution of the night.
All right. That was a poor camera angle. Sorry about that. Let's try and see. Go to the blimp view here. Self-spin. Just got a little bit too much gas right there. Came around and got back on it and spun it again in front of traffic. Luckily, nobody got hurt. Nobody got hit. He slammed on brakes. Everybody was able to get by. I'm not sure if he meant to do that or not, but he went ahead and towed himself into the pit road.
Oh, that's kind of unfortunate, because he's going to lose a lap for that, at least one lap, probably two.
You know, whenever you're looking at it, sometimes when you're in practice forever and you're just making those hot laps, and when you mess up, you tend to like hit the tow button right away. And then sometimes I've done it in an official race where, you know, I messed up and hit something. I could have continued on, but you know, I'm thinking I'm still in practice. I hit the tow button. I was like, crap, there it goes, 2 minutes in this race.
Yep. We've all done it, and unfortunately, that's what the Mr. Schilling did tonight.
And we got Tammy Day Joyner. She's out there. She said, "We're the 14 in the heart, and go CCR PDQ."
I love PDQ. It's awesome. That chicken is just the best. I had some PDQ the other day.
We had a PDQ back in my hometown, and now it is a veterinarian clinic. It's the I think Banfield, or the one that Kyle Busch ran for a little bit, like one or two.
Banfield.
Yeah, they turned a chicken restaurant, little restaurant, into a veterinarian clinic. And I was like, okay, that's kind of weird.
Imagine the dog sitting there getting a sniff of some old chicken left over. Chicken. I smell chicken.
And Tammy Day, she says not stands for that. It stands for pretty damn quick in South Carolina.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought it was PDQ chicken. It's great stuff. I love their fries are good too. I don't know about you, and their shakes, to die for. So we'll go back to green flag racing here in just a second with the standings as followed. Bernhardt still leads. Tim St. Jean is second. Josh Lassen is third. Fourth is Stephen Domney. Fifth, Blake Ziti. Sixth is Kevin Haas. 14th at seventh place, which is our Mama's man boy. Chris Oliver is running seventh. And Carl Henderson is now running eighth. Carl's lost a couple positions. Kind of surprising, because Chris actually really thought he was going to be one to contend. But, I mean, we're early on. I mean, we're only 7 laps into this thing. Maybe Carl's just kind of feeling the car out right now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, he could be conserving his tires, this asphalt, right? Or, I mean, this concrete that they're running on. It can be very harsh to these tires. So, I mean, he could be playing the long game, hoping for a really long green flag run to conserve his tires.
Yeah, he could be. And you know, Carl's definitely one of those guys. He knows how to run a track and make the things work the best to his favor. And Derek Schilling we were talking a little bit before the race, and Derek was trying to figure out, he really could not grab this track. It just wasn't coming to him. And he was asking me, what can I do to make things, you know, make the tires last long? I said, man, you know, go up.
You got to go up into the banking, and you got to let off going in the corners a little bit before you think you do. I've never raced it, but I mean that's the way to save the tires. You light off, just maybe a half a second to a second more than what you think you should, and that just does wonders because you're not beating that front right to death here.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you don't want to beat that tire, especially early on, because you got to save those tires. Tim St. Jean, as we saw early on in this race, from the beginning, has been running that lower groove, trying to get the most out of those tires for as long as he can, because Tim is actually a master at saving tires. I'm actually kind of shocked that he's been running as hard as he has been. We'll see, though, because he's run a different groove than anybody else.
Yes, I mean, you have to at some point. I mean, especially at the beginning, sometimes it's, you got to be a little bit aggressive. Since you're in second spot, I mean, it's give or take, and then you're hoping to take. But the pace car is off. Brandon Bernhardt chooses the outside line. So green flag's out. Brandon Bernhardt takes off. Timothy St. Jean gets a really great jump. Stephen Domney sent there, though. He got a really great jump over Josh Laston. They're going to move in. He's going to take over that third spot from Josh Laston going into one.
And Brandon Bernhardt is off to the races as he's pulled away by 7 car lengths over the number 6 car of Tim St. Jean. But St. Jean's got a great run off of turn 2, and he's run away from the 26 of Stephen Domney. Domney's back another 7. Here comes St. Jean, actually making up quite a bit of ground on that number 70 car of Brandon Bernhardt. Brandon is only leading by, right now he's only leading by 2 car lengths as they go into turn 1. And St. Jean is already diving to the inside, looking to see if he can make something work down there once again as they go down the back straightaway at Nashville.
Yeah, it looks like Timothy St. Jean is trying to use that low line to his advantage. I mean, it's a lot quicker line running that versus the outside. But in the long run, will it be too much? Oh, Brandon Bernhardt gets a little bit too loose coming off of 4. And that's going to allow Timothy St. Jean to get by him and clear him going into turn 1 here.
I bet a lot of people did not expect for St. Jean to be quite this fast at this track and challenge Brandon Bernhardt so early. St. Jean is now running away by 4 car lengths over the 70 of Brandon Bernhardt. And Brandon Bernhardt's got a trunk full of a number 26 of that Stephen Domney car. Domney now looking to the inside of Brandon Bernhardt. Domney going to try to make something happen. He's going to try to follow that same line that St. Jean tried and made it work for him as they go into turn number 1.
Yeah, Brandon Bernhardt, he might be just conserving tires. He's out there in front. He had to clean air. Running that middle line, trying to be consistent there, hit his spots every single lap right there in the center. Maybe he's not trying to beat that front right to death here and getting decent launches off the corner where that bottom line is definitely the quickest one around the track, but I guarantee you it's eating everybody's tires up at this point.
Yeah, you cannot run that inside line for very long because those tires are going to go away. Brandon Bernhardt, we've seen him run kind of an upper line towards the middle of the track, and it seemed to work a lot better for him. I'm sure down the long run, he'll probably have a little bit more tire left towards the end of the race running that line.
Yeah, so right now we got everybody kind of stacked up single file here. Let's kind of go through the pack here. Carl Henderson, he moved up a spot on that restart. He's chasing down Kevin Haas. Kevin Haas is in 6th spot right now. 7th is Carl Henderson. John Gordon has moved up 5 spots tonight. He's in 8th place right now. And welcome to Moe's Impala.
Yeah, John Gordon is right behind Carl Henderson right now in that Moe's car. That's a good run for him. I mean, starting so far back, he's definitely showing some speed tonight.
Yeah, Carl Henderson, commentator's curse. He just rear end almost lost it there coming out of turn 4. John Gordon was able to close the gap to almost a car length right now, as you can see.
Well, should we talk more about John Gordon so he wrecks or something?
Let's go back and see what Derek Schilling is. Derek, he's riding back in 11th. Like you said, he hasn't figured this track out. Normally he's close to the top 5 most of the night for each night. Ooh, Dave Wright getting a little loose right there. Turn 4 is getting everybody tonight so far.
Yeah, turn 4 is not your friend, especially as the tires will wear on, you'll definitely get a little bit looser. It seems like the very first 2 laps you're really loose, and then as the run goes on, you get looser again.
And we got Tom Stevens riding back here in 13th. 14th is Mike Wazinski. So that's kind of where everybody's at, kind of spread out right now. They're pretty far back from the lead pack.
Yeah, that's the only thing that this track kind of dictates. It ends up being a conga line all the way around the track for a while, but there's not a lot of side-by-side racing. You can't really run next to each other for very long, and that's the only bad thing about this track. You can get a run. You'll start getting a run up on, like if you watch Domney, he's starting to get a run catching Brandon Bernhardt, but he'll get to a certain point and he'll have to back off. It just doesn't work for very long.
Yeah. Whenever you get that, little bit of a draft down the back straightaway here, I mean, you get a slight draft, and then you're trying to stuff it in turn 3 to make something of it, but you're not used to that extra speed some of these laps, and it doesn't bode well for you.
So you have the telemetry to look and see who's actually running the fastest right now.
Right now, last lap. Actually, let me go back. Last lap was Derek Schilling, and then this lap he went a little bit slower. It was Steve Dominy. Steve Dominy ran a 30.91. The previous lap before that, Derek Schilling ran a 30.89. So that's kind of what we're averaging right now. We got 30.9s and 30.31 flats from what I'm seeing right now from the top 7 or 8 cars.
But still, it's all St. Jean leading the field by about 7 car lengths over Brandon Bernhardt, and that's another 1-2 back to Stephen Domney. And now Domney is kind of separating himself from Josh Lassen, who's running in that 4th position. He's another 4 car lengths back there, and that is another probably 7 or 8 back to Blake Ziti running in the 5th position.
Yeah, right now, Steve Domney for
Oh,
another
look
lap.
at this. Domney got a little loose, and Josh Lassen was able to get around him. Well, he hasn't cleared him yet, but he's trying down the inside, side by side for that 2nd or 3rd position. And Josh Lassen will make the position work. And Lassen now runs a solid 3rd. And as we're saying that, you see Brandon Bernhardt actually catching St. Jean now.
Yeah, this could be where Timothy St. Jean pushed too hard at the beginning, and Brandon Bernhardt did not. And he's able to capitalize later in the run here, and we're at lap 22 of 80.
So about a quarter of the way through the race tonight. And Tim St. Jean leads just by about 2 car lengths over that 70 car. May have run the car too hot, as Adam Wood said. But we will find out, as Stephen Domney back there now has got a trunk full of that 50 car, and the 50 car is going to try to dive to the inside of him as well.
Yeah, I think once he got there, he might have overheated the tires, and he started to fall back, because before that, he was putting down the best laps, about 3 to 4 laps in a row, Steve Domney was. And he probably just overheated his tires on that spin. The tires need to cool back down. I'm going to have to lay off for a little bit, let the tires cool down just a little bit, as much as I can on a green flag run here. And then start picking them off one by one after that.
Adam, do you think we're going to see a pit stop for gas during this one?
I would love to. I would love to see these guys get out here and have to do a green flag stop here at Nashville Superspeedway.
That would be, we've got to go 80 laps. I would imagine we might have to. It's going to be close. I think it's going to be close. I didn't run a gas run to see if it was, but I can't imagine they can go on a track that's almost a mile and a half long. They can go this whole race on one tank, but you never know.
And so right now we got Carl Henderson. He's kind of making up some ground on Kevin Haas. And then John Gordon still right on his back bumper. So John Gordon has it anywhere. Carl Henderson kind of looks like he's gained a little bit of ground. Steve Domney's fallen off, and Kevin Haas is catching him. So Kevin Haas wants to take over that 5th spot, as you can see, as he comes off of turn 4. He's inching ever so closer to him.
He's getting closer to him, but it's not enough.
Yeah, I think Kevin Haas has taken about almost a 10th a lap right now. So, I mean, it's going to take a few more laps before he's actually going to be able to knock on the door to him. But once he gets there, I think Stephen Dominic is going to recognize that, hey, my car is off the pace. Let me move up just a little bit, save my tires, and live another day, and hopefully we get a caution.
Yeah, absolutely. And he definitely he'll slow up the guys behind him, because you can definitely see where Carl and John Gordon actually have caught the 3-car of Haas. And Kevin's going to try to get around 26, but as he's doing that, now he's going to finally start working to try to get around that 26, and he'll get side by side with him. But as he was just riding behind him for a while, he was allowing that 31, that 19 to catch.
Yeah, they definitely were catching him. John Gordon was putting some pressure right there on Carl Henderson, as we saw. A lap previous to this one, after they were coming off of turn 4, John Gordon looked low. He had a little bit of a run, decided against it. He didn't think he could probably clear him, and didn't want to waste that run right there and be too aggressive and heat with his tires.
Yeah, Carl Henderson's actually having a little bit of trouble getting around the 26 of Domney. Now he'll finally clear him as he goes high, and now John Gordon's going to have to try to do the same thing and try to get around that 26. And right now he's just kind of falling behind him, and that's going to allow 31 of Carl Henderson to pull away from John Gordon. And Gordon now pulls that car down to the inside. He's going to try to get the inside quarter panel of the 26 and try to get around him and try to catch back up to Carl Henderson, but it's a long ways to go now.
Yeah, it kind of looks like the 26 of Steve Adomini is pretty good in 1 and 2, and was able to hold the bottom line there. But 3 and 4, as you can see, he's going a lot wider, and that's where everybody's kind of passed him so far, is in between 3 and 4. So John Gordon finally gets by him. He gets a good run coming out of 3 and 4, passes him going into 1 and 2. And as you can see in the background, Derek Schilling is kind of lurking back there, waiting for his chance to catch up to him.
Right, and you got to feel for Stephen Domney, who is running really well, running second at one point, and now he's all the way back. What was that?
While we were looking at those battles, Brandon Bernhardt got by Timothy St. Jean, and so did Josh Laston.
I see that. Yep.
Let's look at this pass right here. So he set him up coming out of turn 2. Went door to door with him going into 3 and 4. Was able to get by him and clear him coming out of turn 4. Yeah, Josh Laston just played follow the leader. That's all she wrote. He lost 2 spots right there, and Blake Ziti's a man on the mission trying to drive through the field as well.
And Schilling has caught Domney as we speak, too.
Yeah, we got a good 3-car battle right here. They're all nose to tail almost for first, second, and third. And about 3 or 4 car lengths back is Blake Ziti as he makes his way up in it. We got Mark Schilling, Derek Schilling's dad. He's hugging the bottom right there going into 1 and 2.
And hopefully he stays down there, doesn't cause any incidents. He stays out of the way.
Oh, we got Josh.
Look at this. Josh Laston. Wow. Josh Laston wants a lead from Brandon Bernhardt. Did not see that coming as he's side by side down the front straightaway across the line. That time Josh Laston led the lap as they go into turn number 1 side by side. It's Laston down low. Brandon Bernhardt up high as they come off of 2. Bernhardt is not going away just yet. Laston's trying to make that work, but this time Brandon Bernhardt did not go away, and Laston will just get 1 lap away from him. That's it, as Brandon Bernhardt continues to lead.
Yeah, it looks like Josh Laston in that last corner in the middle of 1 and 2. He clipped the apron, came up a little bit, and had to get off the throttle. And that just lost all of his momentum going on the back straightaway. And Brandon Bernhardt was able to pull down pull going down the back straightaway and clear him going into 3 and 4. So Josh Laston, he's going to have to try something else here. He's getting just great runs coming off of turn 2, which sets him up for a pass in 3 and 4. So try and see, got to ask these guys, what is it about coming out of turn 2? Do they get the great runs to be able to pass going into 3 and 4?
Yeah, I don't know. They're just they're like diamond around there and just making it work. But you gotta watch that apron. That's for sure. That apron.
Yeah, he clipped it just a little bit. I mean, that's what I could see. He just clipped it just enough where he had to get off the gas, and he lost that momentum. And you gotta have that straightaway speed, and he just didn't.
And Blake Ziti now is going to get around Tim St. Jean for that 3rd position.
I think Tim St. Jean just used all he had up at the beginning to get out there and lead those laps. And just wore it out too soon. We got Kevin Haas dropping below him right now. Looking beat. He's not going to be able to do anything with them. They're going to come out of 3 and 4 here. Come with the lap 38. We're almost at the halfway mark. We're 2 laps shy of the halfway mark of this race. We had some early cautions, as you guys saw, but so far we've had a pretty good, almost 30-lap run here, Green Flag Racing.
Yeah, it's actually surprising we've had such good racing tonight. These guys have been keeping their nose clean. We only had really that one self-spin. We haven't had any contact at all between 2 cars, so that's been a good thing. As Kevin Haas dived down to the inside of the 6 car at St. Jean. They nearly got together, but no touch, no foul.
Ooh, they're getting close though right there in the middle of 1 and 2.
Yeah, they're trying. They're trying, but
Tim St. Jean's trying to hold them down there so they can't have a good run off the corner, and didn't work, but they got really close. Carl Henderson though in the middle of 1 and 2 there. I mean, when they were battling, he closed by like 3 or 4 car lengths. He got a great run out of it, so he's on the back bumper now. It's his turn to set him up coming out of 1 and 2. I'm taking it and trying to pass him going on 3 and 4.
And Carl's just trying to have a good run tonight, as well as Josh. I know he wants to close in and get as close as he can to Josh to try to get those ever so important points.
Exactly. They're all in the race right now for the overall season championship, but also just season 3 championship. I mean, it's huge pride on the stake to have some of these mid-pack cup racers are able to go. Ooh!
St. Jean goes around as he has contact from the 31 of Carl Henderson. Just got in the back, and St. Jean is in the wall, and that's going to bring out the caution for the 2nd time tonight. This time we did see some sheet metal crinkled.
We saw it live, but we'll look at it one more time. Let's rewind it. Look at the blimp view here, and just it looks like Carl kind of drove it in just a little bit deeper than he expected. They were kind of stacked up in front of him, so I don't know if Timothy St. Jean kind of slowed down because of them too wide in front of him. That made it any worse, but it kind of looked like by doing so what he did, Carl Henderson closed the gap way too quickly and got into the back of him.
Yeah. That's what it looked like to me too. So a tough break for Tim St. Jean, but he'll be able to get some new tires, get a refresh of the sheet metal in that car, and back out he'll go. Will we see the whole field pit? That's what we're looking for.
And it looks like they are.
Yeah, they all come down pit road. Everybody's going to get... Are they all going to get 4 fresh Goodyears, or are they going to, or fresh Hoosiers, as we're running in the ARCA cars?
If I were them, I would take it. I would take all 4 fresh tires here.
Yeah, I would too. I don't think there's any reason not to. Unless you really want that position. Like maybe some of the guys in the very back, maybe Tom Stevens or somebody like that will DW right because he's still in the lead lap. maybe him. He wants to go out there and lead a lap. Oh, Kevin Haas had a good pit stop. Oh, wow. So the administrators are telling them that was net code. So they're not going to send Carl to the back of the pack.
That's some pretty powerful net code.
Yeah, I was going to say that too, but they saw net code, and that's what it is.
I didn't get to zoom in like the admins most likely probably did. So if I probably would have zoomed in, grabbed a different camera angle, we probably could have saw a little bit more. But from the blimp view, it didn't look like net code, but that's not my call to make.
Yep.
So
we just call the races. We don't have nothing to do with any of the admin decisions.
Let's bring up our leader, Brandon Bernhardt, and see what his take of the race is. Hey, Brandon, this is Adam in the Randy the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, you guys got me?
I got you, man. Hey, we've been looking forward to talking to a driver, but at the same time, we were sad to see yellow come out. We were hoping to see some green flag pit stops from you guys. So how's the car handling for you?
It feels pretty good. It's a good setup for this track.
Yeah.
Brandon, when St. Jean got underneath you there, were you surprised he was that tough that early on?
Yeah, you know, the bottom early on is pretty quick. I just feel like you burns your tires up. So he got underneath me, and I thought I could hold him off on the outside, but he kind of powered through him in the bottom there. It's pretty impressive. So I just tried to stay on his bumper as best I could, help him burn his stuff up.
Which he did.
So, yeah, I mean, is that your goal here? I mean, I know this concrete really eats up tires. Is that your goal? It kind of look like you're running kind of the one or two lanes up than everybody else to start off with at the beginning of each run. So is that what your goal is?
Yeah, I tried to tire saver. I was hoping for a longer green flag run, maybe pit with 20 to 15 to go, so then you could just push it the whole time and not have to really worry about the tire wear. We'll have to see how it plays out here. Josh is quick and Tim's quick, so you kind of got in some trouble there. So we'll see how this goes.
Brandon, how long do the tires actually last tonight?
I ran 40 some laps in practice, and they're still pretty good. They started tightening up some, so we should be good the rest of the way out. It's just you can overheat them if you push it too hard.
All right, we'll let you go back and race, and good luck tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
All righty, you heard it from the man that's led quite a few laps tonight and has been a dominant force here in the TNT Season 3. He's came down once they were able to allow the mid-pack cup drivers, so basically anybody that averaged on the outside of top 10 that were able to come down here. And he decided he wanted to come get a little bit extra experience on Thursday nights with a different car. And he's putting the competition to these guys.
Yeah, Brandon's been a dominant force pretty much, although Carl Henderson the last couple of weeks has just been crazy good as well. So, but this week it looks like it's all Brandon Bernhardt, and we'll just have to wait and see how well Josh Lashton does this last time as the pace car pulls off and the field heads back to the line.
Brandon Bernhardt gets a good jump over Josh Laston. Blake Ziti is trying to get to the outside of Josh Laston going into turn one, trying to get to his fender to the quarter panel, but Josh will clear him going into one. Kevin Haas tries to put his nose underneath Blake Ziti. Blake Ziti is able to beat him to the bottom before Kevin Haas could get the run out of the corner. Everybody's single file all the way through the top 7 as of right now. Carl Henderson's in 5th, John Gordon's in 6th. Derek Schillens made his way up to 7th, but he's got to battle Stephen Dominy, who is really fast on new tires. So
Josh Laston's off the track. He's down in the grass. Josh Laston all by himself got loose, and now he's mowing the grass and makes his way back up on the track.
Let's see what happened. We got Josh Laston right here. Oh, unfortunate. I mean, new tires just pushing real too hard. Gave it a little bit too much throttle coming off the corner, put him off the track. But, I mean, he was able to keep going straight through the grass. I mean, he lost basically every position on the track, but there was no damage to his car. The only thing he can be hoping right now for is a caution to come out.
And look at Kevin Haas. Kevin Haas just drove down to the bottom of Blake Z. Blake Z is going to try the inside-outside and try to get back around him. Here he comes the inside, going to try to take that spot back from Kevin Haas, who Kevin Haas got around him, and he will. Blake Z didn't like him passing him, and he's bringing Carl Henderson and Derek Schilling as well.
Yeah, Blake Ziti did a crossover move, and then Kevin Haas is trying to do the crossover move right back to him. These guys will be fighting side by side, which allows these new cars to come up and catch up to them. We got Derek Schilling right now. He's coming in the picture. I mean, he's up 3 positions from the start. Carl Henderson's up 2. Kevin Haas is up 4. They were battling pretty hard. Kevin Haas at one point on the outside, he's on the inside, and he's sideways coming off the corner.
Whoa!
He's into
Kevin
the grass.
Haas down the bottom there, and into the grass he goes.
He was able to recover way better than Josh Laston was, so he's going to be able to get back up there and get back up to speed. He's sitting there 9th.
Yeah. Josh Laston definitely, he is definitely in, definitely going to be interviewed for the job of being the head groundskeeper here at Nashville for sure.
Right now we have Endeavor Racing 1-2, closed circuit racers, and 3rd Carl Henderson. 4th is Derek Schilling. Derek Schilling is all over Carl Henderson. Derek Schilling's found something in this track that gave him a little bit of extra speed to be able to catch up and keep up with Carl Henderson tonight.
Yeah, Derek Schilling, like I said, he did not feel good about running this race. He'd asked me if I was going to stay in the race and help him, and I was like, "No, I'm calling the race tonight, man. I don't know if I can help you or not, but I mean, this is one of my better tracks, but I wasn't interested in running it." So I said, "You're all team privateer tonight, man. It's all you."
Yeah, he's out there. I mean, he's running good. He's sitting there in 4th. Stephen Dominey's right there in 5th. Timothy St. Jean's caught back up. He's in 6th place. So he's right behind Stephen Dominey, but he doesn't look like he's being as I speak. I was about to say he doesn't look like he's being as aggressive, but he got in that low line and closed the gap really quickly on Stephen Dominey. Had to back out of the throttle, though, because he closed the gap way too quickly and there's nowhere for him to go.
No, not at all. And you got to feel for Josh Laston because now he's a lap down. And that's terrible. He started 2nd, now he's all the way back, running 12th.
Yeah, fortunate for him that, it happened. And that, though, peaks Carl Henderson. Carl Henderson's his teammate, but is a competitor for the season championship. Josh's unfortunate events helps Carl Henderson. If Carl's sitting in 3rd right now and hoping to get another spot up on him, every point counts as we're going through this season. They get a few drop races throughout it. So Josh might be able to use this as a drop race depending on how far he drops down tonight. Yeah.
I mean, I know he did get, the points for leading a lap, but I don't think it really matters when he's running 12th now. So you can hope for a caution to come out, but he's got to get around Tom Stevens before that even matters.
Yeah.
So Ziti's running all by himself out there, and Henderson hadn't gained at all on him, and Schilling hasn't gained on Henderson. So
yeah. There's about a 1.3 second gap between 1st and 2nd, a 1.7 gap between 2nd and 3rd. And then from there, it's very tight between 3rd, 4th, and 5th, as you can see. They are battling pretty hard right now. Carl Henderson's got to hit all of his marks because Derek Schilling is right there on him. He got a great run out of turn 2. He's trying to drop down low in turn 3 to 4 and see what he can do. Carl Henderson was able to clear him, though. He got a great run using that middle line over what Derek Schilling was running. Derek stalled the middle of the corner, lets Timothy St. Jean get to his door. They're going to run side by side, going through 1 and 2 here.
Yeah, that's not what Schilling wanted to have happen, have St. Jean come around and steal that spot from him. And if he's not careful, Stephen Dominey might come and take that spot from him as well. So Schilling has run out of momentum for the moment. with 57 laps. He almost went up and tagged the wall. 57 laps or 58 laps are down. Make up 80 laps here at Nashville Superspeedway on this wonderful night here in Nashville, Tennessee, the Music City.
I've been to Nashville a few times. Been down there, visited, saw the. We were thinking we were going to go see a Tennessee Titans game right there in Nashville, and we bought tickets, but it was the wrong weekend. We showed up to the stadium, and there was nobody there. We're like, is there going to be a football game today? And of course, it was a away game that Sunday. My counterpart that I work with, we blame him because he's the one that bought the tickets and read the date wrong.
That stinks.
That was terrible.
I think I've done something similar to that in the past on something. I couldn't remember what it was, but I've done something similar to that and just went, God, I'm so stupid.
Yeah. But, I think this is the closest battle we have right now on the track. We have Timothy St. Jean, Carl Henderson, and Stephen Domley. They're all back one another real close. Everybody else is kind of checked out. Brandon Bernhardt's been up there saving his things. He's trying to get around lap track a bit. I think that's Mark Schilling there. So he's battling away. He's kind of going Dave Wright right now in the number 43. Dave Wright's running in the 14th position.
Yeah, running back there in 14th, and Mark Schilling's running 15th. Even though he's 4 laps down, and he's rounding out the field right now. If you don't look now, it looks like Z's actually catching Brandon Bernhardt.
Yeah, I mean, it could be that Brandon Bernhardt timed the traffic and got to it at the wrong points and just didn't get by him clean enough, and Blake Ziti did, or maybe Blake Ziti found something on the track that, after running almost 61 laps now.
And it looks like Tim St. Jean was able to get around Carl Henderson as well. So St. Jean's back on a mission, trying to catch back up to the leaders.
Yeah,
Can he
St. Jean
catch them?
passed Stephen Domley, Derek, and then got
Carl.
past Carl.
Yeah. So St. Jean is a master of saving tires. So maybe this first run part of the race, he was just trying to feel out what was the other side of the track to him, but he's one of the best at saving tires. So maybe he just was saving the end here. Maybe he'll have something for Brandon Bernhardt once again here towards the end of the race. Although we're 63 laps, just a handful of laps left out of 80.
So the viewers out there, you guys think it's going to go green till the end? We have 17 laps to go. Or will there be a late caution come out to kind of spice this up? These guys go and get some fresh tires and have a battle. I'm hoping for a green flag run. I want to see what these old tires can do. What can these drivers do on these older tires? How will they manage it? Did they do a good job throughout this whole entire run? Or was it they pushed it too early and they're going to start falling back?
I think we're going to go all the way to the end. I don't think we're going to see any more cautions. The field is spread out far enough. Maybe somebody might get a little loose and something like that, but I don't think we're going to see any major cautions anymore.
Yeah, right now we still got Brandon Bernhardt right now with about a 6/10 of the gap right now. So 6 to 7 tenths, depending on what.
He gained on him that lap. Yeah, Ziti actually gained on him that lap.
Yeah,
by 2 tenths.
Yeah, Blake Ziti was running 31.24 versus Brandon Bernhardt of 31.41, and Blake Ziti is the fastest one on the track right now.
I remember asking Brandon about why didn't you just let Blake win a race, and so he can. Since he hadn't won a race, and he said, "No, I'm not going to do that."
that sounds like Carl Naughton Jr. asking Ricky Bobby, "Can I win a race?" He's like, "Well, if you win, that means I don't win."
Oh yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, you're right.
But ZD is actually catching him. He's in striking distance as we speak now. He's running a little lower line, looking to the bottom of the track as Brandon's still running that middle groove as they go across the line this time. It's still, he didn't gain in that time. He actually lost just a hair that lap, but this time off of 2 is definitely a little lower. I think he's going to close in a little bit down the back straightaway. There you go. It's still Brandon Bernhardt by 1, 2, 3, 4 car lengths over ZD. ZD drives a little lower line, actually way to the bottom of the track as they come off the track turn. ZD almost got in the wall that time. They'll come across the line, and this time he's definitely closed in on him. He's only 0.3 of a second back behind him.
Yeah, right now, Brandon Bernhardt's still trying to conserve his tires. He's looking at his mirror. He sees his teammate coming, but he knows his teammate is running that bottom line. His teammate is hooking that line and burning up his tires. Brandon Bernhardt has not moved down to make aggressive moves as of yet. We got 12 laps to go, and Brandon Bernhardt is still trying to conserve his tires. I think whenever the gap gets down to about 1/10 or so, that's when he's going to start worrying. But they're about a 4/10 of the gap in between them.
Yeah, he's just hanging on about 0.3 back there. He's hanging right behind and follows the tracks as they go into turn number 3. Bernhardt runs a little lower line this time than he has the past couple times. And ZD probably will equal it out about 0.3 again, and he does. He actually lost just a little bit off that time. They will go into turn number 1. Bernhardt keeps it low. Bernhardt is definitely, he knows there's not a lot of laps left in this race. Now he's altered his line. He's looked at the way ZD is running. He's going to try to run the same line as him that he cannot gain on him. That time he ran that upper line, and ZD did close in just a little bit as they come off the turn. This time, let's see how close they are now.
Yeah.
Actually lost them.
Yeah, he lost him on that lap. Brandon Bernhardt ran a 31.40, where Blake ZD ran a 31.49. Brandon Bernhardt is closing in on this victory. We're 9 laps out. He got a victory last night at Gateway International. He was able to take the victory over Joe Dinsmore on the last lap. They had a great battle to the end. He's trying to win 2 nights in a row. I know that he would be ecstatic to be able to go back-to-back on this.
Yeah, and I'm sure he was ecstatic after winning last night over Joe Dinsmore, because Joe is no slouch at all. Anytime you're racing against Joe and you get a win against him, it's got to feel good. And then tonight, if you win tonight, just the icing on the cake for sure.
Yeah, right now, Blake ZD is falling back. He's got a 5 to 6/10 gap right now, and even further, almost 7/10 coming off that corner. Blake ZD, I think, heated up his front right tires way too hot, trying to be too aggressive, and I think he tried to make the move a little bit too soon, and I think his equipment's used up right now.
Yeah, I believe so too. I think that run is sailed.
Yeah, that last lap, Brandon Bernhardt was a 1/10.5 faster than him. So Brandon Bernhardt is stretching his legs and seeing them float further and further back as we go 6 laps to the end.
And trying to see if there's any other battles happening on right now. Everybody else is pretty pretty much settled in right now.
Yeah,
as Henderson's got a good solid 4th place. Nomney's got a solid 5th and Schilling's 6th.
Yeah, we got Carl Henderson. I mean, he's about 1 to 2 car lengths coming off the corner. He's going to drive it down low coming out of turn 4 underneath him. Timothy St. Jean, he's side by side going across the line there. We got 5 laps to go. Carl Henderson's trying to make the move going into 1. Timothy St. Jean looks like he's trying to get a run though out of 2. It's not going to work. He goes high. Carl Henderson's going to be able to clear. He's going to put his nose up there, take away the air, and he's going to sail off into turn 3.
Will it stick for very long, or will St. Jean try to set sail on him back? Here comes St. Jean, looks to the outside, And he gets a little loose and almost taps that wall. And that's going to allow Carl Henderson to breathe a little bit as he's got 2 car lengths over St. Jean. St. Jean dives low. Here comes St. Jean looking to try to get that 3rd position back away from Carl Henderson. Henderson now has breathing room as he's set out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 car lengths over the number 6 of Tim St. Jean.
Yeah, it looks like Carl Henderson gets a little bit of better entry and exit, but Timothy St. Jean was able to rotate the center of the corner a little bit more, but you just can't do anything when there's a car directly in front of you, so he's got to back off. We got 3 to go. The battle up front has basically went away. Blake Ziti is now almost a full second back. He got almost to about 2/10. That's the closest he got to Brandon Bernhardt. Brandon Bernhardt had nerves of steel, did not try to overdrive the car. He kept driving the same lane and was able to pull away as as Blake Ziti wore out his equipment as we go 2 to go.
Brandon Bernhardt brings him down into turn number, I believe, number 3, and off of 4 he'll come to the middle groove of the track, back to the start-finish line. He'll bring him down into 3, actually, this time. And off of 4 this time, he'll bring it by. This time he'll see the white flag for the final time around Nashville Superspeedway. Brandon Bernhardt brings the car high. He'll look to the bottom of the track, to the middle groove. Here he goes. Riding a solid line off of turn number 2 for the final time down the back straightaway at Nashville Superspeedway. Here he goes into turn number 3. Number 70, the Endeavor Racing car. Guy that won last night is going to make it 2 for 2 as he comes down the front straightaway. It's going to be Brandon Bernhardt winning at Nashville Superspeedway.
Yeah, you can never count it out, as he has a huge gap, but you can never count him out for winning the race. Something awful could happen. We saw it with Kyle Larson a couple weeks ago at Pocono. He was going for, I think, 3 or 4 races in a row win, and he was coming down out of turn 2 at Pocono, and his front right tire blows on the last lap and to lose the race. So, we got to watch it all the way to the end. Even though Brandon Bernhardt pulled out that gap, there's always something could go wrong, but he did not. He was able to pull through tonight and get the victory. His teammate comes up, doors him. Carl Henderson comes in and doors him, then wrecks himself.
Big fail for Carl Henderson.
John Gordon comes in and wrecks Carl Henderson. John blew his engine. I don't think he's just coasting to his teammate. I see his tire just dangling there.
It's all mangled and lost.
All right, let's pull up the results for everybody else that finished tonight. As you can see, Brandon Bernhardt is our winner tonight. Blake Ziti, his teammate, will come in the 2nd place. 3rd is Carl Henderson. 4th is Timothy St. Jean. 5th is Stephen Dominy. 6th is Kevin Haas. 7th is Derek Schilling. 8th is John Gordon. 9th is Christopher Oliver. 10th is Joshua Mays.
11th, coming in 11th is Josh Laston, who started 2nd in the race and went a lap down after mowing the lawn. 12th was Tom Stephen. 13th, D.W. Wright. 14th is Mike Wazinski, and rounding out the top of the field is going to be Mark Schilling. What in the world was that?
Brandon Bernhardt and Blake Ziti destroyed each other.
I saw that. It's like took my mind off. I was reading. I see his.
I'm going to pause it right there. So whenever he comes back, we'll get rid of the results here. I'll do it empty. All right, let's pull up the race winner. That's a beautiful shot.
And that is a good shot.
All right, we talked to him earlier. Let's get him up here now. Hey, Brendan, this is Adam and Randy in the booth. You get a copy?
Yeah, you got me?
I got you, man. Well, congratulations on the win, man. How's it feel going back-to-back on a Wednesday and Thursday night?
Feels pretty good. Pretty surprising both nights, honestly. CCR has been pretty dominant on these intermediates. I just haven't been able to get them yet, so I wasn't expecting to run up front all night like I did.
You had a great run, man. You were you worried a little bit about Blake ZD? He was actually catching you there. He got within 0.3 of a second behind you.
Yeah, on the jump, I got a pretty good restart in the last restart, and I saw Josh has issues, so I had a pretty big gap. So I was kind of run hard, but trying to save my tires. And then saw ZD start reeling me in, so I was kind of managed that. And then when he got close enough, there's like 10 laps left, and that was enough time for me to just turn it on and try to pull away.
So you're saving those tires.
Yeah, I was attempting to. I know Carl's good at saving tires too, so I was waiting for him to make his move, and Tim back there. So I figured someone's gonna get a run on me. So I tried to manage the gap and save as much as I could, so I could try to pull away at the end there.
I got you. Yeah. Well, Blake was doing all he could there. I mean, from about lap 20 down to 12, he closed the gap within 0.2 of a second. I was like, man, Brandon's still running his high line or his higher line compared to what Blake's running. I think he's just trying to hit his marks and try to save his tires. So if he closed the gap a little bit more, that you could push it just a little bit to get ahead of him to manage the gap. Was that your whole entire plan whenever he almost got to your back bumper?
Yeah, that was my plan, and then I was pushing it pretty hard at the beginning of that run. I was like, oh, maybe I didn't save enough because he was closing in pretty good, and then all of a sudden it kind of clicked, and I think he kind of ran through his stuff too soon. But yeah, he was coming.
Gotcha. You got to use the good old Toretto line too soon, Junior.
Yeah.
But hey, man, like we said, congratulations. It's got to be a good feeling. You got 2 for 2. You got one more to go, man. This Sunday. How do you feel going into the Cup race at Daytona?
I feel pretty good, honestly. Got the news that Blake's finishing the chase out in Cup, so that's big for us at Endeavor.
Blah,
He's
blah, blah.
yeah, because he's probably the league's best pusher. So it's big to have him back on the team and just try to stay out of trouble. But I feel pretty confident about my chances and the whole team's chances.
I got you, man.
Awesome.
Well, congratulations once again. Go enjoy your victory with your team, man. Have a good night.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, good finish 1-2 for Endeavor, and then I want to congratulate the whole series tonight. We only had like 2 cautions, I think, and stayed pretty clean the whole race. The lap cars were aware and smart when the lead guys were coming up on them. So it was a good job by the whole league all around.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds good, man. Well, enjoy your night, man.
Thanks, you too.
All right, let's go catch the runner up here, the Pasta Man. Hey, Blake, this is Adam and Randy in the booth. Got a copy?
Copy. What's up, guys? How you doing? I was waiting for this.
Well,
love
good,
that, man.
good job. Second place, man. Not a bad run. You almost got a hold of Brandon there at the end, but I guess he was just saving those tires a little bit more than you were.
That's right. Yeah, he actually told me from the get-go. He's like, you probably want to take the first 10 laps easy, but I'm like, if I have a chance to get to the back of him and I could get into his draft towards the end, that'd be my best bet. But I definitely pushed the car really hard the first, I would say, 30 laps. And then Brandon's really smart and he's getting really good at these long runs. As you can see, he got his win yesterday in the Sportsman. So he knows how to manage the car now. And I'm still learning. So congratulations to him, man. He rode a great race.
Yeah, man. You started to make it interesting with about 15 to go, and we're like, oh, he's getting to his back bumper. I mean, you were clicking off about 2 or 3 tenths at one point, a second a lap, and then about with 10 to go, it's just you started backing off. I was like, man, I think he overheated his tires, and he just tried too much, and then I don't think he had anything left. And it's kind of what it looked like to us up here in the booth.
Yeah, that's exactly right, man. I mean, on that first run, I pretty much did the same exact run. And my tires are at 73 and his tires are like 83. So, it's quite a difference at the end of the race there, especially when you need to put down those consistent laps. And I think 1 or 2 laps there where I actually got to the back of them, I was pushing too hard and I just scrubbed the tires a little too much. And that was the end of it for me, man. But I'll take a second. again, like I said, Brandon drove a great race, and congratulations to him.
And you had two back-to-back podium finishes this week and last week.
That's right, man. I mean, I can't complain about it. And consistency is what will get you up there in the championship. I'm kind of far out now with Brandon winning all these races, but I'll do what I can towards the end here.
Yeah, just think, if he didn't join this league again, you would have had a win.
Yeah, they had CCR over here baiting them to give me the win, and I'm like, it's not because they want me to win, it's because they want me to take the points away from you. So hats off to everybody. That was a really good race.
You got you, man.
Yeah, good job tonight, man. We enjoyed watching you try to run him down there. So good job, anyways.
And,
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
We always love the paint scheme, man, and we love the pasta.
Thanks, man. I appreciate all of it. That's compliments to Blake there. He put this together for me, so it's cool. We all got the the food schemes going here.
Yeah.
I got you, man. Well, congratulations on your second place tonight, and we look forward to see you next week.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Thank you.
See ya.
All right, let's reach out to our third place, Carl Henderson.
Do we have to?
I think. I don't know. Let's ask him. Hey, Carl, this is Adam and Randy in the booth. You got a coffee?
I got you guys.
Hey, man. So we were debated if we want to bring you up or not. We decided we should. I think that was the right thing to do. What do you think?
I mean, considering the top two, the way they just pulled away, they're kind of in a class of their own. I'm not sure if I should have been brought up.
Oh, man. Hey, tell us about the night, man. You started pretty far back out there. What was up with your qualifying? Just didn't get a good enough run?
I in practice, I struggled with this track from the very beginning. I wasn't expecting to struggle with it as much as I had, but I just couldn't find speed. So I put in a lot of laps just trying to run consistent, not necessarily fast, but qualifying did surprise me still. I expected to have, a 10th or two faster, but it just wasn't there. And I knew that where I was going to be able to pass people was on the long runs. So thankfully we had that one long run. And then I was involved in bringing out the caution. I'm looking at the replay of that now. With Tim St. Jean, it looks like it was net code without a doubt, but it looks like we were just trying to occupy the same space at the same time. I was kind of turned down, so hate that it spun him, but he was able to fight back, so good for him. But yeah, I feel like if 10 more laps, maybe 20 more laps, I might have been able to catch Brandon and ZD, but it was just too much of a gap.
Yeah, I mean, Brandon was put on a clinic up there. He was doing some really good tire savings. You could see it throughout the very first run, and then start the second run. He was able, Timothy St. Jean was able to get by him, but then, when Tim's equipment burned up, Brandon's like, yeah, well, I guess I want to take my spot back, and then he just kind of cruised from there. And I mean, you were fighting pretty hard though to go through the field like you did. It's got to be tough trying to pass here. Looks like you guys got a heck of a run coming out of turn 2, and that's kind of set up everybody for a turn 3 to 4 pass. I mean, what was so special about turn 2 that, getting a good run off of it that was able to do that?
Well, so you get so much speed on the front stretch kind of anyways. So, I mean, it's kind of hard to screw up the front stretch unless you're on new tires and you get loose on exit. So really getting good speed on that back stretch though it's not exiting turn 2 is much easier than exiting turn 4, but especially on older tires, it can get a little tricky to get speed in it. So yeah, it was a battle. But if you could get speed there with the corner entry in turn 3, you carry a lot of that speed through the corner.
I got you, man. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of where everybody was passing tonight was 3 and 4. They would set up the initial pass to drop underneath them. And you were, we saw you pass quite a few people doing that way. And just, I mean, you might not clear them coming out of turn 3 and 4, but you were able to get underneath them and take them down to 1 and 2, and probably usually finish them off there if you haven't cleared them.
Yeah,
Okay.
this was a nearly impossible track to pass at. I mean, a lot of tracks you can run the outside and try to get around someone, but that really wasn't an option here. I mean, the midline didn't feel like it was that bad, but it was just slower. I mean, you just couldn't make anything work up there.
Okay, I got a question for you there, Carl.
What's up?
All right, so he asked you all the hard questions. I'm going to ask you an easier question.
All right.
All right. So my question is, how did you like watching Josh mow the grass?
Do I have to answer that one? Because I think that actually is a hard question. One answer, I would lose a teammate.
As a
the other
as a
answer-
competitor, how did you feel?
Well,
as a competitor.
the other answer would be a lie. So no, I hate it for him. I mean, he was fast tonight. I think he could have competed for the win. I know that he was kind of pacing himself behind Brandon there for a little while, and he was crazy fast in practice. I hate it. I mean, that happens though. I'd already decided that before Tim and I had brought out the caution. I already decided I was going to stay out as long as I could before pitting if we had to do it on a green flag, because I had a feeling somebody was going to come in and get tires. And it's kind of, actually, I think I mentioned this in the broadcast last night. Like, you come out, you're not used to how the car drives with fresh tires. You get loose, you bring out a caution, and it would have benefited me at that point. So didn't happen though. So that is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. Good job, anyways. Are you going to be in the podcast tomorrow night?
I believe I should be. Yep.
Okay, good. I'll be there too. So
We're gonna
it should be a good.
house.
Adam's going to be there too.
No, of
Yeah,
course.
it's been a busy week of broadcasting for me, but I'm I'm feeling good. So want to talk about everything that's happened this week.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right. So, should we roll out of here, guys?
Sounds good, man.
Yeah, it works for me.
I appreciate everybody coming out tonight for Ghostfire Media. It will come out tomorrow night. Watch our podcast. Go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch channels. Get those notifications and come out and watch us. We'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow night. We're going to talk about the Fuel Series, IVRL, and the 3 leagues here underneath AOLL, or the 3 series underneath AOLL tomorrow night. Please come out and watch us on Sunday night. It's going to be Josh and Carl. They're going to be broadcasting from Daytona. It's going to be a super speedway plate race. It's going to be exciting. It's the first race in the chase for the Cup Series, so it's going to be a great one. Come out and watch us.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And then Monday night, you're going to see Fuel again with Adam. And I don't know if Carl will probably join you on that one as well.
I think Josh will be on that one. We're going to kind of try to alternate for a little while.
Okay. The Josh will probably join him for that one, and then Tuesday night, don't forget the IVRL Butt Kicker Series with myself and Nick Adams will be calling all the action on that one, and then Wednesday night we'll be back here with Carl probably calling that one on the Sportsman Series, I believe.
Yep.
Right? Okay.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Awesome. So let's get out of here, guys. Until tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Don't forget, podcast is on the air. We're going to have a great show. So from Nashville Superspeedway, have a good evening, and we'll see you next time here at the Ghostfire Media Network. Thank you for watching iRacing on the Ghostfire Media Network.